What are your thoughts on, to go back to the regulation, dysregulation
Sure.
discussion, drugs, alcohol, mushrooms, weed? What's your stance? Is that just people gas and brake? That's what it maybe feels like.
Yeah, I love that you asked this question. So I find that individuals who are craving and have some sort of dependency or even kind of into the addiction realm, that's literally their cry and a need for regulation. Like that alcohol is, while it's not regulating you, it's giving you the thought of like, oh, this is regulating me. Let's say you have highly, highly sensitive hearing. You can hear every conversation around you, sensitive to stimuli, right? We want to blunt that, or we want to blunt the thoughts in our head, or we want to, all the different things. Let's take something, right? I have many opinions on drugs and alcohol versus plant-based medicine. I think that one is more pharmaceutical driven and the other is more, I mean, it's from the earth. Like there's, and I do think you get to decide. I don't think that there's, even if you're on medication for anxiety or things like that, there's no shame in that. Like if you need that, it's more than okay. It does help your brain kind of function. Does it teach your brain how to regulate? No, you have to do that for yourself. But alcohol is like, it's alcohol. I don't think we're recognizing, because we're so used to the word alcohol, but like it's alcohol within your body. And so your body has to metastasize that and work through that and figure that out. And we're using these things to regulate ourselves. However, I personally see there's benefits to plant medicine. I believe there's also a reason why you can't overdose on a lot of the plant medicines, and you can on synthetic drugs. I do believe that if you can learn to regulate your nervous system, you'll recognize that you don't need as much of the alcohol and Prozac or this or that. Again, not shaming it.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to do what they have to do for their mental health and where they're currently at. But I absolutely feel that there's healing benefits of, even with mushrooms, there's like a process and it's almost like there's a lot of studies that show that it connects a lot of different synapses within the brain, and it kind of heals those synapses within the brain. And now there's absolutely studies that say that, weed does make holes in your brain too. So like within, the right amount, to be able to do these things. But, I hands down think that a lot of the individuals who have addiction or who are struggling and go to alcohol specifically or go to the drugs, it's a lot of them craving regulation so desperately bad that it's helping give them what they need, that they haven't even recognized that's why, like literally the root of why they're doing it.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Yeah, there's such a weird thing in America when it comes to like, we are okay giving prescriptions for these synthetic and man-made
symptoms.
Yeah.
Symptoms.
And we're so, I mean, I interviewed a guy named Ryan Kennedy on the show a few weeks ago, and he got into this because the world of like health and fitness because his mom was diagnosed with cancer, and they just threw a bunch of drugs at her, and they never once said like, get some more sunlight, get some more good healthy food, like eat more, and she ended up passing away. And so he was like, there's got to be more to this. But where does that come from? Like, why does society, I mean, one, we throw out the baby in the bath with the bathwater, right? When it comes to like anything like plant medicine wise, we throw that all out, and we're like, that's bad. Alcohol we're going to allow, that's okay, even though that seems like it probably should be flipped. I don't know, but it's like we can have this. Yeah, we can have this drug, which you'll beat up everyone around you and get grumpy and angry, but you can't have this one that just makes you giggle more. But then you can also have all this medicine over here that you're going to just get addicted to and be on for life. Like, where does that come from, and how do we get beyond that?
Yeah, this is something that I really work through in my brain a lot. And again, it's really important for those who are struggling and on medication. It is not a judgment or a knock to them. Like, you absolutely get to decide, especially if these things are supporting your mental health. I think that there's money to be made in pharmaceuticals that there isn't otherwise in plants, because you can grow them in your backyard if you'd like to. So there's like, right?
Yep.
I also think that we just kind of the evolution of mankind of like, oh, wow, like there's doctor, oh, you're going to fix. But it's more about the symptom of like, I feel nauseous. Okay, well, here's a Zofran. Well, but like, did you try water and rest first, you know? Maybe you're nauseous because your body is moving through something. I feel nauseous because I'm pregnant. Well, and again, not knocking any medication, but like, well, here's now we have this drug, and now we have this drug, and now we have this drug. And, you know, it's okay to not feel good. Like, it's okay to feel uncomfortable. And I believe that we have pushed and continue to push faster and harder and stronger and like perfection, and like it's so like you don't have to feel like that. You don't have to feel nauseous during your pregnancy. You don't have to feel this way. You don't have to feel that way. Like, here's a this, here's a that. And if you even look at, like, you know, like the bounce house for your kid's birthday, these things, like, they didn't exist when you and I were growing up. It was like a trampoline. Like, you went and there was like one trampoline. Now it's like bright lights and strobe lights and trampolines and like, it's absolutely crazy. It's bowling and trampoline and this and that. It's like Vegas. It's like, can we just do it up all over the place anywhere? And I do believe that it's starting to kind of combust, but you know, that's where the pharmaceuticals is coming from, of like, well, we need to do more. 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 And I believe that our society also has the idea and belief that if you have a symptom, let's fix it. Like cold, Z-Pack, this, that, like viruses and bacteria and immunity, like it's healthy for your body to learn how to ward all this off on its own. It's healthy. It may not feel great, but like your body can do it. Is there a place for this stuff? Absolutely. But you have to look at the totality of all of it. The food we're ingesting, like we could go down the rabbit hole of that. Like it's not great, you know? And there's so much that our kids are eating and ingesting and all the different things. So you have to kind of take a look at all of it and decide, again, like you don't have to like rip your life apart, but like hierarchy of needs of like which ones matter to you and which ones you want to shift within your family home and your lifestyle and what feels good to you. And really tuning into that regulation piece. If you really listen into your body after you've, I don't know, just gone out till 2 a.m. and had tons of drinks all night and ate some greasy food at the end of the night, like if you literally sit there and listen, how do I feel, rather than pushing through, like you'll probably say, I feel like crap. And so like, you have to listen to that. And is it something that you want to continue doing? Is it something that you want to continue putting into your system? And very slowly I have to wake up no matter what. Like I have to get my kids off to school, whether I have, you know, a few glasses of wine or not. So like for me, it's like, I can't, and I don't want to feel like crap. And that's how that stuff makes me and my body physically feel. And it's for sure choices. It's absolutely choices and education and knowledge.